In this episode, an interview with Romy, singer from Lace.
Hi there, bridal couples to be.
Welcome to How to Get Married in Holland,
The ultimate wedding podcast of and about the Netherlands.
we, wedding ceremony experts, aka celebrants Daphne and Jasperin, share all ins and outs of getting married in our flat and fabulous country.
Enjoy listening. Yes, we have a singer-songwriter in the house. Welcome, Romy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very nice to have you in this episode. And let's just start and kick this episode off by can you introduce yourself to us?
Of course. My name is Romy. I'm 32 years old. I live in Middelburg, south of the Netherlands, close to Belgium.
Close to me.
Close to you. Yes, very close to you, actually. I have two beautiful children, and I'm a professional singer and songwriter. And together with guitarist and my husband, Michael, I'm duo Lace, and we perform at weddings mostly. Also some other things, but mostly weddings.
Nice. How long have you been doing this?
Phew. Well, we started Lace, I think, almost 15 years ago now, and we really perform at weddings is about 9 years now. Yeah,
And where does the name Lace come from?
Lace. It's kant in Dutch. It's the fabric. It's a delicate fabric. It has to have a name, and that's what we came up with. And Lace, it's delicate, just as the music we perform. That's how we say it.
Yeah, and it's also a fabric that you wear at special occasions, right?
Yes,
So
wedding
I see the
dresses.
symbolism.
Yes, it's there, definitely.
How did you become a singer?
Well, I think I could sing before I could speak, basically. I've always been singing since I was little. And it was not really a choice to become a singer. It chose me, so to say. I never knew what else I wanted to do. I wanted to sing. I always wanted to sing everywhere. Where there was a party, oh, Romy, can you sing something? Of course. And when I was in high school, I always got the parts where there was a lot of singing in there. It's been a big part of my life always, and it was logic that I was gonna become a singer. I hope that it would be a professional career as well. Well, that happened. So it has always been a big part of me, and it still is, and it will always be probably.
So you were born a singer then.
I came out singing probably.
Yeah. But then you meet the love of your life, who is a musician as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Did you
yes.
find each other in the music?
We found each other very old-fashioned in the pub.
Ah,
Okay.
But he was performing there with a band, and I came in, and the owner of the pub knew that I could sing as well. So he said, "Well, sing along with the band," and we did, and exchanged numbers, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
Did,
yeah,
did you actually train to be a singer, or it just, as you said, it chose me and you were always singing at events?
yeah. Well, I've always been singing at events and everywhere, but I studied musicology, so that's basically theoretical music. And after that, I went to the Conservatory of Rotterdam. I was there for a year, and then I found out I wanted to specialize more on actually the singing part. Conservatory is very broad, a lot of music.
Okay.
And I've had that already a bit in the education I had before during the musicology. And then I went to Denmark, Copenhagen, and there I studied for 3 years, and I did singer-teacher education there. So now I'm
Wow.
a CVT teacher and singer, complete vocal technique. Yeah,
And why did you go there?
because that technique is super hands-on and it made sense to me. And the voice is an instrument that's in your throat. You cannot see it. There are a lot of theories about it. There's a lot of ways of explaining the voice, and they don't always click with me. And this one was very theoretical. based on a lot of um, uh, how do you say that? A lot of onderzoek.
Yeah,
Research.
research,
Research, thank
scientifically
you.
proven, perhaps. Yeah.
Exactly, and that made sense to me. So that's why I wanted to do that specialty, because yeah, it clicked.
Wow. And it comes through in your work because you sing beautifully, and I think the energy between you and Michael is magic at a wedding
Thank
ceremony.
you. Great
Yeah.
to hear that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So when it comes to your services, what services do you provide to wedding couples?
So what we specialize in is playing background music.
Hmm.
So to us, it's very important that guests can still have a normal conversation while we make music. So we really create an atmosphere where it's cozy and nice, and people can talk with each other. Um, and we play at ceremonies, the wedding ceremony, the receptions, dinners, and lounge kind of parties. So not the actual parties, then the DJ can take over or the big band can take over. But when people want to have a relaxed, loungy kind of vibe, that's what we do as well. And we have a repertoire of over 280 songs, and it goes from,
Oh,
yeah, well, yeah, 15 years. It's a long time. So everything we
Mm.
liked, we kept. It goes from easy listening to pop to soul, rock if you like. But for ceremonies, we also study songs, so they don't have to choose from a list. They can choose whatever song they like, and we study it. And if they want something really special, we can also compose a unique song for them.
oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, so they have their own unique love song, so to say.
Do
Yeah,
people ask for that option a
more
lot?
and more, more and more. Yeah, it's something we started during the Corona 2 years,
Yeah.
because that's something we could do from home. We could compose from home and record it. Um, and we noticed that people really like it, to have something that really is about them. I
Hmm.
mean, most love songs, they have something people connect with,
Hmm.
but there's always also something that doesn't really fit. So if you have your own personalized love song, and you also have a recording of that, so you can put it under the wedding movie, for example, or listen back when you're driving in the car to your honeymoon, or yeah, it's
Yeah.
more and
Eh,
more.
your anniversary, and I can also imagine it is a wonderful gift for a proposal.
Yeah, we're actually at the moment working on a proposal song. Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
yeah,
It's a lot of work because you really have to get to know the couple.
yeah. It is a lot of work, but it's also a lot of fun work. It's yeah, we've been doing it quite for some time now, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. But yeah, you really have to dig into their life, into their story, and make something out of that. But I mean, that's the fun part of it.
Mm, sure, sure. So for the, I mean, we're all in the wedding businesses, and we know how good you are, but if you have to tell people why they should get live music during their wedding, what's the advantage of having live music during a wedding?
Well, there are a few actually. um, First of all, because it's more an experience. It touches you in a different way than just via recording. Compare it to listening to a CD versus visiting a concert. You get the experience, you feel it, it gets under your skin, and that's for us the main reason why you don't have to, but you should consider live
Mm,
music. It touches you in a different way,
mm,
but also practically seen. Um, Improvisation is possible when you have live music. For example, during a ceremony when the couple is going to sign the official papers, um, it often takes more than the 3.5 minute that a usual song lasts, and it's
Yes.
such a bummer if the music stops and
yeah.
they're not done signing and there's a silence which gets awkward and people start
Mm,
talking. So with live music, you can make sure that it fills the whole time that they're doing their thing, and everyone sits comfortably, and then the ceremony goes on. And the other way around, when the wedding couple enters the room, it always takes shorter than a
yeah.
song, and you
Yeah.
get that awful click. The music is off, and
Oh
we
yes.
start.
Full stop.
full stop. And with live music, you can shorten the song, but in a more gentle way.
Yes.
So that's for the ceremony, and for the rest of the day, you can improvise more, looking at the guests, see what they like, play a bit more of that kind of style, instead of having a set playlist, which maybe doesn't really fit the atmosphere, the one that you maybe had in mind, but you never know how a day passes by. So, yeah, it gives more room for improvisation. I think that's a big advantage of live music there as well.
Yeah. And I sure think it's also a treat for your guests.
It
You know,
is.
it brings immediate atmosphere,
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful combination, for example, with the words from the officiant
Yeah.
along with the live music present. Yeah.
Yes. It complements each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very dynamic experience.
It is. What we sometimes do is, when the wedding officiant is telling a story, maybe play something very softly underneath that leads into the next subject. So it kind of gets like a soundtrack underneath a ceremony.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the soundtrack under the story.
Yes. Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you how do you go about it when you talk to couples that contact you? Because maybe they have one thing in mind, and then you how does it work?
Well, all couples are very different, of course. So what I mostly do is I listen to them, what they like, what they want, and I give some advice. You mean for the ceremony now, I think, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So I give some advice at the moments that I would definitely choose live music for. So, for example, the entrance, during signing of the official papers, at the end. And then there's optional, depending on how long the ceremony lasts, depending on their wishes, moments in between the ceremony where they can have live music as well. For example, if there is someone or something that's really important to them, or a person who cannot be there, but it really clicks with a certain song of someone they want to remember, or a song that's really special for them because that's the song they had their first kiss with, or that they listened to in the car
Yeah.
during their first holiday together. You name it. And you don't have to sing the whole song, but if you have just one chorus in between while switching from one subject to the other one, it gives such a special effect. Or what to
Wow.
think about. Now I get excited, right? What
Yeah.
what to think about when they kiss and you have just two little lines underneath that moment. People start
Yeah.
applauding. They have the kiss. There's music. It's like a soundtrack during your favorite movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've even had the experience of a couple who well, they were a little bit too shy to express their personal vows, but they did wanted to make a special statement, an emotional statement during the wedding ceremony. So they opted to choose or select a song for each other.
Ah,
And then it
yeah.
was brought live
Yes.
like a serenade for each other. That's a beautiful touch as
Exactly.
well.
Exactly. How beautiful is that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
And
you have? Oh, you go, Daphne.
yeah, do you have a favorite kind of wedding couple
I was going to ask the
to work
same.
with? We're
Yeah.
on the same
Well,
page,
Yeah.
Jasperine.
a favorite. Well, I mean, yeah, of course, yes, I do, but I like the variation, basically. I mean, um, I have a certain taste to music, but I've also had gothic wedding couples, for example. So I had to study all different kind of music than I would usually do, and that's interesting in a way as well. But my favorite couple, I think, is the kind of couple that goes for emotion rather than looks. So meaning, it's about them, it's about their story, their love, rather than the perfect picture on Instagram. And those kind of couples often have a love for music as well. Well, and if they have a love for music, then we connect.
Yeah. True.
We
I,
totally agree, right, Jasperine?
we totally agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Have you? Is there like a one song that comes along more often that people that couples request?
Yeah,
What's
there
like if you have to make a top three?
Yeah, there are a few. There's a lot of Ed Sheeran songs. He makes
Okay.
beautiful love songs.
Yeah.
So the Thinking Out Loud, Perfect. These songs we hear a lot. From This Moment, Shania Twain,
Oh
often asked
yes.
song.
Yes.
1,000 years from
Yes.
the movie. It's
Yeah.
often asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a list of songs that we play a lot, but that also have the lyrics and the feel that really suits for a ceremony.
Mm.
And most of the time, people are able to choose from that list because yeah, that's it connects with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a
Yeah.
favorite song yourself?
Phew, there are so many songs. I don't think I have one favorite song. I have a couple. Um, uh, yeah, I have a few songs that I like. For example, what I really like is oh wow, I sing so many songs and then I have to choose one. Um,
And I've heard so many songs during a ceremony. I've heard Stairway to Heaven, but
yeah,
I've also heard Highway to Hell. So,
yes, Highway to Hell. Wow.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
a group with humor.
Yes, yes. Well, for example, when talking about a groom entering on My Girl, I like that a lot.
Oh,
During
Oh,
yeah.
that's
signing of the
nice.
acts, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. I
Mm-hmm.
like that as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that lyrics doesn't fit the whole, so we
Yeah.
adjusted a little bit. But that line is very funny.
Mm.
Um, I mainly like it when I see that a song really means something to the couple,
Yeah.
and when it touches them, it touches me, and I can express it more. So yeah, I don't
Then
have.
it really clicks.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
most important because I can sing the song that I like, but if it doesn't work for them,
Yeah.
then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So it should be something that really clicks with them.
So also with music, it's like a custom process.
It
It's a
is
custom made thing that really, it's like what we do. We try to make a ceremony fit like a glove, but that's what you do with the music. It really has to reflect them. It has to fit them.
exactly,
It has to be the right choice for them, not because you want it, but because it belongs to them.
exactly. It's not
Really.
it's not my performance.
Hmm.
Um yeah, I'm playing for them, so
You
they should be
translate their feelings.
exactly. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm translator, so to say. In that,
Hmm.
yeah,
A
yeah,
musical translator.
yeah.
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 And what's the most funny thing you and Michael ever experienced during a wedding? Can you remember a story?
Well, what comes in mind right away is the moment we were into the ceremony, and it was almost at the end of the ceremony, and suddenly we heard a bang, like a big bang in the other room next door, and we heard panic, and
Oh
we
dear.
heard plates and cups fall down, and that was a
Oh.
wedding cake
Oh
that
Oh
fell
no.
no.
down all the way, and everyone in the room of the ceremony was like, "Uh oh,
What just happened?
what just happened?" So that was a funny moment and a scary moment at the same time. But the
Hmm.
couple was but they were okay. I mean, it was their wedding day. Nothing could knock them off anymore. It was all good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. They weren't. There was
It's
no
not always the
bridezillas there.
case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they had no cake. So what they did, they went to the to the local store and just bought some Albert Heijn cakes. So they had something.
Some apple tart.
Yeah, exactly. Um, So that is something that comes in mind. Oh yeah, and I have had. I think maybe you've experienced it as well. The mom of the bride forgot the rings
Oh
and
yeah.
had to drive 40 minutes
Mm.
back to get the
Mm.
Oh,
rings.
Mm.
So everything was very much delayed.
Mm.
But again, this was also a very relaxed couple, and they had the whole day, and they didn't have a very tight schedule, so it was all good.
and how
Just
wonderful that you have live music then.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
if
because
there,
we
it
could
doesn't feel like a delay then.
no, so we just played along, and they had a drink, and it was all good. Yeah, that's yeah.
Do you play or outside? I'm just thinking. Do you play outside on the beach, for example, every now and then, or?
Yeah, we do. We come from Zeeland, so there's
Yeah,
a lot of
sure.
beaches here around.
Mm.
And we have a lot of couples coming from Germany that want to really marry with their feet in the sand.
Yeah,
So
Mm.
that
true.
happens. And we
Yeah,
have different amplifiers. One is with an accu, a battery in
yeah.
there. So we can place it on the beach, and we don't even need electricity. It's we can also bring it to the forest or those places where there's where you don't have electricity that easily. Yeah, we do that. Yeah.
So you're quite flexible then,
Yes.
outside, inside.
Yeah, but most of the time ceremonies are, I mean, you know that as well. They're often at the outside places, beautiful
Yeah.
places, not always at places that are very handy, but that are very beautiful.
Yes.
So yeah, you have to be flexible in that way. And also because we often make the combination ceremony and then after we play during the reception and we have to switch from A to B. And yeah, that shouldn't take an hour. So you have to be a bit quick. So yeah.
Wow. Romy, we've almost come to the end of this interview. To conclude our conversation, do you have a top tip for our listeners? When it comes to music, of course.
Yeah. Well, when I meet couples and I say, "Have you thought about the music?" Often they say, "Yeah, we have a DJ," or "Yeah, we have a band," and very often they forget that during the day you want an atmosphere as well. So think about what atmosphere you like to have during your day, and be aware that music or live music can have a big part in warming up your guests towards a party. So your party can be extra spectacular. But if you start cold turkey during the party, music on and let's go, yes, then people need a little bit more time to get into that party vibe. If you started already during the day, give some warmth and music there, it has a big impact on your day. So think about the atmosphere you want during that day and what music, the role of music in there. And another tip, and that's more a practical one, is make sure if you want, for example, to express vows or to have a speaker that wants to say something to you. Make sure there are microphones, that there are amplifiers that works very often. We're at places and they have the most beautiful words to say and no one can hear them. And it's such a shame, such a bummer, because there's been put in a lot of time and effort and love. And it's such a bummer if everything looks so pretty, but we can't hear the actual love that's expressed there.
I think they're great tips. Very practical, very good. Work with a pro. That's always a good idea, don't you think?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they have the experience and
experience, flexibility.
It's only one day, and you wanna use that. Use the experience.
Make the most of it, also musically.
Yes.
Oh yes. Yes, true. So if people want to connect with you guys with Lace Music, where can they find you?
Lacemusic.nl. So that's LACE music.nl. That's our website, and you can find all information, but also videos and audio files in there. We have some videos uploaded on YouTube, and you can also find us on Spotify. So there's a lot of places where you can listen to us, and well, there's a contact form and email address on our website. So feel free to reach out.
Well, we highly recommend to take a listen to the beautiful music you and Michael make, and in order to get already in that wedding vibe.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And to our listeners, bye-bye. Speak to you soon.
Talk soon. Bye.
Thanks for listening to How to Get Married in Holland.
We look forward to share more about organizing your wedding day in the Netherlands in the next episode.
Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss anything.
Any questions in the meantime?
Please ask wedding celebrants Daphne or Jasperin. You can find us, plus the show notes, on Instagram.
And if you love this podcast, please leave a review.
It gives us a higher ranking, so more fun international couples with Dutch wedding plans will be able to find us.
Until next time.